So a few weeks ago, I had the opportunity to review a entry-level compact SUV. And guess what I'm reviewing this week? Well, another compact SUV. But there's a huge difference between the two. A difference of about 500,000 Rand. And today we're going to find out if, well, 500,000 Rand really makes a difference. I said difference again.
This is the newest addition to Volvo's XC40 range. It's the T4 Geartronic Inscription model. And if the name and the looks are to go by, yep, it sounds expensive. And the look, totally, it looks premium. I mean, just look at the big wheels, the colors, the chrome, the intelligent lighting, everything that goes with it. Just sounds premium. And then when you get inside, it continues even on the inside. The way the colors are just matched and the materials just fit together, the leather, the panoramic sunroof, the digital instrumentation dials, it all looks and feels and smells premium. So far, well, could be worth that extra money. Now let me tell you about the range of the T4s. They come in 3 different models, starting off with the Momentum. Then it goes all the way to the top with the R design, and then this Inscription model kind of fits in between. They start from around 630,000 Rand and can go easily up to over 700,000 Rand. This car, as standard, would be 713,000 Rand. And then this has another 91,000 Rands worth of extras in it, which puts the car like over 800,000 Rand, which means this is the most expensive car I've driven probably in the last year, which means I've been extra careful driving this car. Trust me, it's expensive. Let's talk features list, because there's quite a bit of it. Standard-wise, across the T4 range, it gives you a whole bunch of things. Like, as we all know, Volvos are known as the safest cars in the world, right? So standard, every one of the T4s gets Volvo's city safety feature. Basically what it means is that the car scans the road ahead of you, looking out for large objects like pedestrians, cyclists, maybe animals. And when it sees that it might be getting in your way, it will, well, brake. It will do various different things, sound different alerts. It will tighten up the seatbelt, for example. It's got lane keeping assistance. It's got road sign identification. It's got rear and front parking sensors. The tailgate, aka the boot for us in South Africa, is auto magic. It means it opens by itself. Swipe your foot underneath it and it will open. Keyless entry. Now, leather is a standard on this car, and 18-inch wheels are standard as well. But the extra features in this one gives you a power seat, meaning that the seat is electronically controlled. You can adjust it and put it to wherever you want it, and it's programmable. Additional safety features that this car has is the adaptive cruise control feature with autopilot. And what that means is that if you're driving and you've got your cruise control active and the car gets in front of you and it, well, slows down or a bit slower, it will adjust the speed according to that car in front of you and even speed it up when that car moves out of the way. Now, I've tried it in peak hour traffic. If you're really lazy, then yeah, this feature will definitely work for you. It worked for me. Additionally, this car has got the lounge pack. Now, the lounge pack gives you this panoramic sunroof, which looks great, by the way. It also gives you an upgraded Harman Kardon, did I say that right? Harman Kardon Doef sound system, which will make your Doef just a little bit more extra Doef. It definitely sounds great. It also has this 360-degree camera. And what that means, though, is that when you park, it gives you a full view around the car, and you can activate it at like any time. Trust me, my 11-year-old, whenever he gets into the car, keeps like putting it on, and he thinks it's just an amazing video game, thinks it's brilliant. Additionally, this car has 19-inch wheels, and it also has the chrome and metallic paint that comes along with it. Standard also across the range, all the cars come with a 5-year, 100,000 kilometer warranty and a full maintenance plan as well. So you don't need to worry about if anything kind of goes wrong with the car. It will be taken care of. Engine-wise, now this car comes with a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine. It produces 140 kilowatts with 300 Newton meters of torque. So it is not a slouch. It is mated to a 8-speed automatic gearbox, a torque converter automatic gearbox, and it sends all the power to the front wheels. Now, I'm going to nitpick a little bit here. There's nothing wrong with this gearbox. It works really, really well with the car, and it's very smooth, but I don't like how torque converter gearboxes work because it reminds me of those old, like your old Ford Granada you used to drive, and you can kind of feel when it shifts, right? That's why I prefer dual clutches and even the CVTs. You don't really feel those shifts. I mean, you can literally feel it in your seat, and at my age, I don't want to feel that. I mean, really, if I wanted to do that, I'd buy a manual car. So anyways, but I'm just nitpicking. Fuel consumption, well, it's not the most, lowest figures you can get. But with this engine and the power it gets to like about 7.9 liters per 100 kilometers. You can easily get it down to like the low 7s. I mean, I've managed to do that driving conservatively. And it does have an eco mode as well. So yeah, you could easily get down to it. It just depends on how you drive. If I must nitpick on anything, because I can't really find massive faults on it, it's got to be little things like, for example, the gear knob, which, by the way, it looks fantastic. It looks like something that comes out of the Millennium Falcon or the Batmobile. It's like this see-through crystal-looking weird little thing. It's when you start the car up, right? And other cars like this, when you have it, by default it goes into neutral. This, you need to push it up and go into neutral and then go up to the gear you selected, which I think is like a little bit tiresome, but it's not really an issue. And the way this knob thingy looks, I'm always scared I'm gonna kind of break it. Then you look at the instrumentation panel. The display in front of me is crystal clear and it's great, and you can change how you want it to look. But I think what most people might find a bit intimidating is going to be the center screen. And the reason for that being is that this screen is not fit into its normal way, which is in the landscape format. It more looks like your tablet. It literally looks like you've got a tablet stuck to the dashboard. But I actually like it. I prefer it this way. I mean, it's easier to kind of reach and sweep and move up and down in this specific way, instead of doing the smaller, compact swipe across thing. This really does work. There isn't any buttons, and I like the fact that there isn't any buttons. Buttons, I think, are overrated. It's like 2008, like, come on. There's a lot of people having debates about it that they should bring buttons back. But no, man, not even your phone's got buttons anymore. Move along. Okay, nitpicking on this thing is when you use Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which, by the way, comes standard in this specific range, it somehow manages to make the screen just a little bit smaller. It takes the Android CarPlay, doesn't make it use the full screen, right? So it just looks smaller in a way. And it doesn't really look as premium as what it should be. I know it's something that the Volvo engineers can easily work on. They can just kind of do some software update and then boom, bop, it's sorted. Guaranteed that's probably just what needs to be done. But again, that's just me nitpicking. Otherwise, it works really, really well, even with just one big home button. There are some buttons here to activate certain things on your air conditioning and a big play mode button. So there is buttons, so no need to complain about it. Space-wise, inside the cabin, it is great. It is good enough for 4 adults to sit comfortably. And as mentioned, even with this panoramic sunroof, it doesn't compromise on the headspace over there. I mean, we went out to Hopefield and my teenage daughter didn't complain once. She was easily happy to sit in the back of the car. If you've got little people, the car seats has got ISOFIX car seats, so you don't need to worry about that at all. They can also easily fit inside of the car because the doors, when they open up wide enough to put even the big car seats in. So you won't have a problem with that either. In the boot, well, the boot is not the biggest. If you look at all the other SUVs, you know, out there, it's not the biggest, but it's also not the smallest. But you can easily fit stuff in there. It's got some hooks in there that you can hang on some bags. You can do some weird configuration with the boot to give you a little bit more extra space. So yeah, you can easily go away on a weekend, putting the kids' school bags in there. You won't be compromised with any of those things. Right, so it kind of then boils down to that final question. Is the Volvo XC40 T4 Geartronic Inscription model worth the R500,000 extra compared to an entry-level compact SUV? And I thought it's going to be a difficult question, but it's not. Yes, honestly, it is, because you get such a lot more extra in this car compared to a lot of the other cars out there, and it is super smooth and it feels premium. I mean, let's be honest. Nobody buys car just for, you know, driving from point A to point B nowadays. It's about where you find yourself at that present moment in your life. It's a lifestyle choice. I mean, because Volvo's paid attention to like the little things. For example, when you are driving and you put the indicators on, it's not that annoying, weird, screechy noise. The same as when you put the car in reverse, you know, all those beepy sounds. It just sounds so like easy. It doesn't freak you out. So they've really paid attention to detail with like everything into it. And if you are that person that likes the premium feel and like things to just feel right in its place and sound right and drive right and feel right, well then R500,000 extra, you know, it's definitely worth it. Yeah, it is worth it.